Business logics in Salesforce can be implemented in several ways. Few of them are listed here. It includes workflow rules, validation rules, formula fields, and approvals. Though these are all point and click methods through which we can actually achieve the implementation of our business logic. But these business logics implementation components have few limitations. Like if you want to put some cross object validation which are not related to each other, then that would be difficult to implement by the simple validation rules. Same way we have formula fields, and if we want to manipulate something in some other object which is not related, then this formula field is of not no use. So here we have another tool which is provided by force.com tool, which is called Apex. Apex is a language which runs on a force.com platform. This is not a general purpose programming language, but because it runs on a force.com platform in a controlled manner, and it has been designed keeping in mind the force.com platform, so it is specific to force.com platform. So for any language, to learn any language, actually we will have to go through its basic construct. And like if we learn English, we'll have to certainly learn grammar, its vocabulary, etc. So that is the same thing with programming language. And to learn this, we are going to learn few Apex construct. So, and there are facts we should know, that Apex is case insensitive, and it is a tightly typed language. It means you will have to define the type of a variable prior to use that. Now let's move ahead and see what variable and data types are available, and we would explore methods for all the data types. If we see here, we have categorized data types in two parts. The one is primitive data type, and the other one is complex data type. Primitive data type holds a single value, that's why they are called primitive. Complex data type, they hold complex data structure, and that's why they are complex in nature. Like for primitive data type, if we talk about string is a string of character encoded enclosed in quotation. So it can actually include white space, carriage return, etc. So eventually, but it holds only single value. Same way we have numbers, and that is actually classified in integer, long, double, and decimal. All these have their own uh, usage, and we would see how we can use all these data types or class. We have another primitive data type which is boolean, which have three possible values: true, false, and null. So this is a different kind of data type in which only we can check whether anything can be true or false. Here there is another kind of data type which is a blob, which actually holds the uh, data in if you've seen attachment, email attachment, you would see that body is some kind of encrypted form. and that actually is kind of blob data. So anytime blob data can be converted to a string, and a string can be converted to a blob data type. There is one special kind of data type in Salesforce which is ID. We will discuss about this, and ID can actually contain 18 or 15 characters. Dates. We can manipulate dates very easily in Apex, and it has made more usable in Salesforce. As Salesforce is Java-like language, we would found there are more similarities in both languages. So for Java, guys, it won't be difficult to learn Apex. Though the only thing we'll have to keep in mind the governor limits which is enforced for the Apex language, and the style of code we write, as well as the data we retrieve, etc., etc. And if we talk about complex data types, complex data type have collections which actually works on collection of data. Like in a result set, if you fetch data from your database, there may be several records, and to manipulate or transform we'll have to use collections. Enum, a special kind of data structure in which we can store our static set of constants. We would also explore this more. And there is one specific very special kind of data type which is S object. So this is actually a representation of the object which we have we actually creates on our Salesforce instance. So it is direct Apex is directly bind to SOQL, and by writing SOQL we can retrieve the data in S object. So this is a brief of all the data types, and we would explore these one by one.